So have you heard this story with this this model? She's pregnant. She posted a picture online, and she's being attacked by people. Oh, I guess I should turn. Well, see, I wanted your opinion, and then I don't turn your mic on when you get here. Okay, so
I've been silenced before. No big deal.
Well, haven't we all? Okay, so this woman's a model. Her name is Sarah Stage. I've never heard of her, but there's a million models I've never heard of. She is 8.5 months pregnant, and she posted a picture online. And here, I'll show you the picture first. This is what she looks like, 8.5 months pregnant. Okay. Yeah, I know. She looks pretty good. Okay, so she looks better. She looks better than, of course, I look 8.5 months.
She does a lot of a lot of oblique work. It looks like.
Yeah. She is very toned. You can still see her abs, and she's 8.5 months pregnant.
What website's that? Let me write this down.
Well, this was on Yahoo News.
Oh, let's go to Yahoo News.
Yeah, just Google pregnant model. It comes right up.
Okay.
And don't click on anything past the first couple links because you'll get bad stuff. And I don't think we have filters on our internet here. Okay. So and this is let's see. The original story. I mean, I got it from Yahoo News, but it's been all over the place last couple days. So she has she's 8.5 months pregnant. The baby's healthy. She's been to the doctor, obviously. And the doctor says, the baby's about 5 pounds. She's gained 18 pounds, which is in the normal range of what you're supposed to gain when you're going to have a baby. 20 to 40 pounds is what doctors recommend. So there's nothing wrong here, right? However, anytime you do something like this online, and we've seen this before. I don't know, maybe 6 months ago, a woman, I think 6 weeks after having a baby, posted a picture how she was in good shape again, and she gets attacked by people online. I really, this is why I don't do a whole lot of this is why I don't do social media for the show, by the way,
right?
Because no matter what you do, you will be attacked. I mean, she's healthy. She's in good shape. Baby's healthy. No problems. I mean, she turned back her exercise routine. Obviously, she exercises a lot, but she turned that back because she's pregnant, which you're allowed to exercise, but yet you can't do like hardcore.
Can't overdo it. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't run a marathon when you're pregnant. So everything is fine. I mean, she's perfectly healthy, yet for some reason we've gotten to this point in this society where anyone that it's victim worship is what it is. Anybody that's healthy and looks good is attacked. I really have no idea I'm lucky in that respect. I'll never be attacked because I'm not healthy and I'm not good looking, but healthy and good looking people get attacked at this point. I mean, when you've gotten to a point where there's something called fat activism, there are fat
activism.
There are people that are fat activists. They say being grossly obese is healthy, and people should aspire to be fat.
Oh.
Look, I'm fat. I hate it. But I'm also fat because I eat terribly and I'm lazy. So but at least I can admit that.
Exactly.
I don't go around saying, because I have a little bit of a spare tire, I'm better than somebody that has 6-pack abs this model.
In our line of work, why do we need to be in shape? As long as I can get up, come to work, sit down or stand up in front of a microphone, really, I'm in shape enough to do this gig, so I don't need to be in shape.
So we're actually small for radio guys. there are certain jobs where
check back with me in 10 years.
Well,
see, we'll compare then.
You are just getting started in the radio business. But I guess there are certain jobs where it's acceptable. I mean, obviously, it's a very sedentary job. I mean, what's the hardest physical thing we have to do? Pick up a pack of paper to put in the printer.
Exactly.
I think it's about the heaviest thing we lift here.
My thighs were really sore from yesterday's paper, putting it in the printer. It was horrible.
It's hard work. It really is. It's hard work. I mean, and then I came from driving a truck to doing this. I don't know. I've been doing this, about 5 years now. I drove a truck for 13 years. So there's 20 years of jobs where I was the small guy. When I first started driving a truck, I was 147 pounds.
Oh, wow.
So that's 60 pounds later. I am 60 pounds later, 20 years later, I'm still fairly small for this business. And you'll see. I mean, you start meeting other radio people. If you can manage to stay under 300 pounds, you're doing pretty good in the radio business.
Well, I'm headed that way. I tell you that. I'm gaining weight at an alarming rate. Like, it's just these donuts coming here.
You know what it is?
Not helping.
You know what it is? It's getting up so early in the morning.
Yeah, it hurts.
Because, and if you're like me, I mean, you stop at McDonald's on the way to work to get something to eat. That's not exactly very healthy.
And not to mention the fact I'm just up longer because of my hours. I usually don't go to bed that much earlier than I normally would. So I go to bed around 10:30 anyway. Oh, so that means I'm up. Yeah, I don't get much sleep.
Well, you stay here at the station until 5 or 6 o'clock at night.
Typically, yeah.
Do you do work?
Yes.
Wow. I mean, that's a long day for a radio guy.
Play-by-play is a whole nother job. Sometimes I don't think people grasp that it's like having another part-time gig.
Well,
it takes a lot of preparation.
You have to memorize rosters. Mm-hmm. You have to look at stats for the other, and it's a different team every week.
Make charts. And
See,
weeks like this are just horrific because, like last night, I was here till 8 because I have to. You don't know who they're going to play, so you have to know all these teams. You know, you got to know something about all these teams. But yeah, it's just whole different job.
And you mentioned a lot of people. I think a lot of radio people don't even realize that. I mean, I knew that I could never do what you do because I'm terrible with names. I mean that if I had a big downfall as a broadcaster, it's that I'm terrible with names. I mean, I've had guests come in. I have to write names down so I don't forget who I'm talking to sometimes. Maybe I'm just, maybe it's just getting old or something, but
I don't think it affects you because I'm not good with names either. But for some reason, when I broadcast it, I guess because of all the preparation, I know them.
Yeah,
I could meet somebody and forget their name in 10 minutes.
Yeah. See, I'm like that.
Yeah,
but you also have the rosters there, right?
I have, yeah.
See,
so I can. That's why I make the charts. I can look for a reference and have all their stats and stuff on there.
Yeah. See, that's. And if I did play-by-play, I'd probably be here till 8 or 9 o'clock too, just because for one thing, I wouldn't write anything down. I'd have to type it up.
Yeah.
Because my handwriting's terrible. So I type things up. I mean, for example, I bought new luggage going on vacation next week. So I bought some new luggage. Got some luggage tags to put on the luggage. I did not write on my luggage tags. Because I know better, because nobody would be able to read it. So if I lose my luggage, people will be looking at the tag saying, "What? I can't read this. It's gibberish." This. I mean, being left-handed is bad enough when it comes to writing, but my handwriting's even bad for a left-handed writer. So I typed up luggage tags.
Oh, geez, your handwriting must not be good at all if you're typing up luggage tags.
No, it's pretty bad.
I thought mine was bad.
Yeah, yours is bad.
It is bad. You've
mine's
seen
like mine's like yours.
Oh,
and I think
I can just understand mine better. I think.
Yeah, and I can understand mine, but other people can't sometimes. And again, I think that's something that a common trait for radio guys. I've seen quite a few radio people writing things down, writing notes and stuff. Always bad.
Yeah, it's like a doctor.
Yeah. Well, doctors are bad because they have to write so many times. They write 20 prescriptions a day. They have to write everything down, all that kind of stuff. But I guess you don't even get that anymore. I mean, I think everything's electronic now.
Huh.
I haven't seen a prescription.
Never thought of it.
I haven't seen a handwritten prescription in years. I go to the doctor, they just send it over to the pharmacy. I think it's all electronic. You just type it in the computer and it emails to the pharmacy.
I haven't been to the doctor in years.
Well,
I probably need to go have a checkup.
You probably should.
I've been feeling kind of groggy lately.
Yeah, you probably should.
Kind of dizzy right now. Why is the room spinning?
Well, I actually had a doctor as a guest a couple weeks ago, and I went to see him later on that week, and because it just reminded me I need to have something checked up, and it turns out I need surgery.
Oh,
so
that's why I don't go to the doctor. If I don't go to the doctor, I don't need surgery.
Yeah.
See,
but after it's done, I'll be, it'll be smooth sailing after that.
Oh,
yeah.
I'd rather not go. I don't want surgery and stuff.
You don't want to find out if there's anything wrong? Well, it's not a major surgery.
I'm pretty sure it's my hepatitis C is why I'm dizzy.
Oh, well, there's days of backyard wrestling, getting hit in the head with steel chairs that had blood on them. You know, it's not good for you. It's not good for you.
Yeah, exactly.
And wrestling against Abdullah the Butcher also not good.
No, that was a bad plan.
Yeah, it was a bad plan. For $50, nah, probably not worth it.
No, actually, it wasn't even $50. It was like half a sandwich.
You know, have you ever seen the documentary about the guy? This guy made this documentary where he was a pro wrestler, wrestled like independent circuit, just a small time guy. And he finally got signed by WWE. And he goes and gets his checkup. They do a blood test. Turns out he has hepatitis.
Oh, that's horrible.
And he got it from Abdullah the Butcher.
Oh gosh.
So
the Butcher.
And they tracked it down to the exact match where he got this.
Really?
Abdullah has this little trick where he has a razor blade. You've seen what he does.
Yeah.
He tapes a little tiny bit of a razor blade to his finger and he taps you on the head. But he uses the same blade for himself. And for those that aren't familiar with professional wrestling, that's how they bleed. They don't use gel caps. They don't use fake blood. They take a little tiny razor blade and then cut their forehead. And what happens is a cut on your forehead bleeds profusely. But it's not dangerous.
Using the same blade.
He used the same blade for himself, and the guy sued him and won. He won like $3 million.
Well, I would imagine he sued him and won.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Plus, I guess he's undergoing some kind of experimental treatment for hepatitis, and apparently he's gotten it out of his system, so he might be able to actually wrestle someday.
Gosh, well, I'm a little worried now. I made the hepatitis C joke.
Yeah.
Might go to the doctor and say, hey, I have hepatitis.
Well, just stay away.
I play with razors a lot.
Yes, just stay away. Just stay away from the wrestling. That's what you got to do. You stay away from wrestling, and don't share razors with people. That's the moral of the story today. I don't know how we got to this from the pregnant model, but
I don't know either. But they sure treated her poorly, and they should be ashamed of themselves.
They should be ashamed of themselves.
Haters gonna hate. I think Taylor Swift said that.
Yeah.
She'll just shake it off. I'm sure she'll.
That's okay. I had to think for a second. Is that Taylor Swift? That's how up on pop culture that I am. I had to think to remember who that was. For some reason, I thought it was the All About That Bass girl.
Oh, the Meghan Trainor.
Yeah. I for some reason I thought it was her for a second. Songs sound the same.
They're pretty similar. This is pop music business.
It all sounds the same.
The same to me. Yeah. That's why I can't believe they won that suit against Pharrell and Alan or Thicke.
Oh, there's
how do they win that?
Dumb jury.
That has to be.
Yeah, I actually we only have like a minute left, but I've actually had and I'll give you the link to this documentary you need to watch. I had this guy as a guest on the show before. He did this documentary called Everything is a Remix. Guy's name is Kirby Ferguson. He explains how everything that we create is a sum of what we've seen before.
Yeah. And
the first example in the first segment of the documentary is derivative music. And if Robin Thicke and Pharrell get sued by who was it? Marvin Gaye's
Marvin
family.
Gaye, yeah.
His estate. If they lose that lawsuit, Led Zeppelin's in trouble.
Watch out. Yeah.
Zeppelin, everything they did was derivative or outright stolen.
Yeah, I don't see how they won that. There's $7.4 million or something.
Yeah, bad jury. Bad decision.
Yeah, horrible.
Okay, what do we have going on in sports?
KIML basketball and Moorcroft basketball as well.
Okay, sounds good. We'll actually have a guest next hour, so we'll see you tomorrow. News Talk 1270, KIML.
For interviews, host blogs, and more, check out Basin Radio Network on Facebook. Don Carpenter on News Talk 1270, KIML.